Hello. Well, the Black Phantom is reassembled. I took it on a test run, however, the steering servo broke. So, I'm waiting on another servo. But I wanted to shoot a video, show everybody what it looks like. Got 2.2 HPI Ultra 7 wheels with Schumacher cap block tires, jconcepts inserts. They're the profiled inserts. Handles very well. It's got Dean's Ultra plug hooked to a 3300 nickel metal hydride pack. See, everyone can see in here if it'll show up. I'll turn it under and maybe the motors will be visible. There's the Fusion modified motors from LRP for the torque version. It's a battery pack. There's the front motor. In the rear, I've got jconcepts wheel adapters. In the front, I've got Tamiya frog adapters. They're modified. I used a 5mm reamer to ream the ends out because they taper down to 4mm when you get them. They go on 5mm axles, but they taper to 4, so I have to ream it out to the whole thing out to 5 to fit the barrel nuts in there. So, but it's very easy to do. You just take your reamer you can do it by hand. Just spin the wheel adapter, shove the reamer in the wheel adapter, and then turn it. And just ream the little bit of material that tapered down to 4mm. The reamers, they're kind of expensive, but you can get them cheap on eBay if you look for them. They go on sale. I got mine for like $8. It was I've seen them usually like $25, $30, but once in a while you catch somebody selling one for cheap. And you also have to, if you're doing it the way I did these wheels, you have to ream the wheel holes out to 5mm as well, because they're 4mm. So I used the reamer to do that, and I would have to say that the jconcepts adapters, they're okay, but I have to say that I think the frog adapters they're going to be more durable, because the wheel pins and the frog adapters, they sit a lot deeper inside of the adapter. The pins in the jconcepts adapter, they sit very close to the edge of the adapter. They don't go that deep. So I had a harder time centering the tire and tightening it down, getting it to center. Then the front were a lot easier. The barrel nuts for the front, they're approximately 11mm long. I got those from Team CRP. They're named like I think they're like Blackfoot wheel to Hornet adapters, or I think. Anyway, they're part number 1565. These are SR4 pan car stub axles. And HPI Ultra 7 wheels. So, but you'll definitely want to have 5mm flat washer and lock nut on these. All these, they loosen up. I put just a little bit of blue thread locker on them and tighten them down fairly good, and they don't loosen up. But if you don't put any thread locker at all, they tend to loosen up a lot. It's just because the power of the motors. But yeah, I got to get my steering servo. I'm going to end up taking these JunFak adapters off though, and putting 2 frog adapters. I'll modify. Actually, I have 2 more, but I don't have any more barrel nuts, so I need to get 2 more barrel nuts, and then I'll do the back just like the front, because that seems to be the more heavy-duty solution. The JunFak adapters, that's really the only difference. The pins just don't go in as deep. These go in really deep. They just fit really good. These are not so good. They're okay. They're acceptable, but I want the best that I can do, and this isn't really the best it could be. So right now the back is a little wider than the front, which is okay, but in keeping with the spirit of how the original was, I'm pretty much gonna just put 2 more frog adapters on the back. Got to get a couple of barrel nuts. So, but I think the project turned out really nice. Steering servo broke. I'm going with I was going to go with a Futaba S3010, which is a high torque plastic gear servo, but I'm just going to go with the Futaba S3305, which is the metal gear version of the servo. So that's pretty much how it's going to end up. Real happy with the way the motors turned out though. I'll film a test run as soon as I get the new servo. I have already run this buggy. It's very impressive. But I'll film a run so everyone can see it. And here's my remote. Anyone that's a fan of the Black Phantoms and the Nico Dictators, you all know, of course, that's not the original remote, but I didn't get the remote that was with this, so this is actually a Futaba 2DR stick radio. But as far as function goes, it's very similar to the original, just it's a slightly larger remote. So there you go. But it was a long time coming. There's always little things that are going to happen when you build a remote control car, and the steering servo just happened to be one of them. And I'm going to make a list of all the parts I used that ended up working out really well, and I'll list some of the parts that I tried that didn't work out so well. But I wanted to show everybody how everything turned out. And I will do a run video. I'm not gonna not do it. I will do it, but can't really do it with a broken steering servo. I've got a standard servo that I could probably pop in there, but it would be a little slow, the steering, so I don't want to put that in there. You really need a high torque because you're working against pressure with this 4-wheel drive. So I'm hoping that S3305 Futaba servo will be fast enough. So the other one, it was fast enough, but I think it's just cheapy. I ended up having some problems with it, so it would move position, and then suddenly you just hear the motor spin, so it broke a gear. But it's turned out really sweet. I like the bodies of these Black Phantoms more than the Nico bodies. course, Nico dictators are pretty much, they're the same thing pretty much. There it is. Yeah, I made that label for it and taped it on there. Doesn't look too bad, I don't think. There it is. Let's give an underside shot. I didn't use the original loop bumper. I got this from a Parts Megatron, the rear bumper here, and I thought that'd be a lot better. And ended up, when I was testing it all out, yeah, it is better to have a bumper like this. It'll protect the rear wheels and things, so yeah. Probably the only thing I really don't like about how it runs, well, I used a Tamiya TEU103BK electronic speed controller. Well, in reverse it only goes 50% power, but as far as the price of the speed controller, I really couldn't beat it. So I guess you would have to either find one that you'd have to run two together, regular speed controllers, or if you found one that was low enough turn, whatever specifications, but as far as price go, I couldn't beat it. But the reverse gets a lot weaker as you're at the end of your battery run, but the forward speed is really good in this. You definitely get the full potential of the motors with this speed controller, but that's the only issue. The reverse is set at the factory at 50%. So you can't quite do the tricks you used to do like in the original stuff. But most of the speed controllers, you know, you can't like jam it into reverse like in the old days and do the particular tricks. You can get close to doing some of the tricks you could, but certain tricks I've been able to pull off, but it's definitely, well, in the old days they call it, you know, they call it a racer, but off-road racer, but it definitely lives up to that now as far as it is very fast. But these motors are brushed. I didn't want to go brushless. You could, I mean, but really you're looking into tearing up your parts if you go brushless. And of course, that's everybody's prerogative what they want to do, but I'm real happy with how it is. The best thing that worked out was simply the motor, the steel pinion gear adaptation. That worked out really, really sweet. I tried a couple different ways, didn't work. Then when I tried the adapter bushing way, it worked. It's double set screw. I haven't heard any. It's not slipping the pinion at all. There's no way. When you give that thing throttle, when it's going, it spins the tires, even when you're going. Those motors, quite a bit of power. I think these wheels were the right choice. It's 35mm standard rear buggy wheels. I think they were the right choice. The tires are a big deal on the performance of this thing. This thing, when you turn it at high speed, it just turns around. It doesn't hardly slide or anything. It's very stable. I was very impressed with these inserts and the tires. The reason I went with these tires was because my Tamiya Hornet, I tried a set of these and they're excellent. They didn't hardly wear. You can go on pavement or dirt with them. They're Schumacher cat block blue compound. I recommend these tires for rear buggy tires. Of course, I got these rear buggy wheels on all four corners because everything fits the same on the back and the front of this black Phantom. But yeah, definitely, I would say go with a 5mm reamer tool, and you'll have to remount your wheels, remount the frog adapters. You need 2 sets of frog adapters. You'll need, like, if you want to change your drive shafts, make sure they're straight and true. You know, get brand new ones. These are Duratrax Maximum BX. They'll either come chrome or black, but one set I ordered came black, so I was just ordering one set to see if they would fit, because it said the specs were identical to the original bones. So I ordered another set, and I got a chrome set, and I thought, well, I'll just order one more, and they're either going to be chrome or black. And then that other set came back chrome, so basically I got a set of chrome bones now. But these are intended for nitro, so are the stub axles. Frog adapters are real heavy duty. HPI Ultra 7 wheels are very heavy duty. So there you go. And like I say, you'll all get a test run of this when I get the steering servo. And actually, I'll film the steering servo installation and how to do that when I get the new one. Alright. Thanks for watching.